behavior you are doing at night with code blue. But that's where it started. Silently, you're moving on. So what we established this morning is that stop making excuses. When there's mental illness in the family, even old-timers. Nowadays, people are in nursing home that are not supposed to be in nursing home. Let me give you a story. One of my kids, I started working with him when he was in 3rd grade. Okay? Now he's in 11th grade. His mother, but it's his grandmother, okay, works as a CNA with people who are on hospice. Okay? So when I told about her son to give him vitamin D because it controls the genes, you know what he was doing? He was buying these larger doses of vitamin D and take them to work. So the one who is coming home on hospice, he dumped them in the food. And they're eating it. Nice. The next thing they see, the person is getting out of bed by himself. Wow. And now they're off hospice.
Praise the Lord.
He goes somewhere else. What I'm telling you is not a story that somebody has told me, but what I have seen happening. Research is there that vitamin D controls over 2,500 genes. Magnesium, over 800 genes are stimulated by magnesium. And these nutrients are very deficient in a lot of people. So if they're deficient, that means the doctors don't tie them to this nutrition. They tell you, oh, your trauma that you experienced as a child is the one that is causing problems. We just talked about here, iron is one of other things that really people don't know. But if you do CBC with the differential, yeah, CBC.
Oh. Okay.
Let me finish explaining because I was explaining. If you do CBC with the differential, you can determine whether you have iron deficiency or low acid in your stomach. That's it. And the good part of it, once you master it, all diseases follow the same trend. When you look up here, you go the other side to look, you'll notice that they are corresponding. You go ahead.
Do I have to push something? No. Oh.
Just go ahead and speak.
So small.
Anyway,
listening. I was just going to say that it's just amazing how our young people are listening so much faster than the older folks. For instance, my grandson, I was telling Dr. Banda, he listens to Dr. Banda, and he came home and he told me that his friend was in an accident. Of course, he wanted me to go to Dr. Banda and ask him what to give and what he should take, because he flipped over his, what's that, four-wheeler? Mm-hmm. And he had some injuries and everything. So he came immediately and told me, so I'm going to call Dr. Banda. I don't know. So I called Dr. Banda, and so I told my grandson what he had said, and he was transferring the information to his friends so that they could get better. Not only that, whenever my grandson is, he's 16, whenever he's sick, he makes certain that he comes and get vitamin D, magnesium. He said, Grandma, I'm not feeling well. So I just said all that to say that he's listening, he's watching. You're thinking these young people are not paying attention, and they are. And I've talked to some older folks sharing that same information. Nothing. They will not budge. They go in and out the hospital. I've been telling this person for over a year, your vitamin D, have them to check your vitamin D. She will not do it. Mm-mm. So I just wanted to share that our young people are listening more than we think.
Yeah, there's a hand.
Thank you.
So I have a question. So as far as the daily dosage of the magnesium, zinc, and vitamin B, what should our kids take daily for those?
The general principle for vitamin D, like I said, is 35 international units of vitamin D per pound of your body weight. That's the general. But when it comes to zinc, that it depends. I would say that average kids, 30 milligrams will be good enough.
30 milligrams?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, if he's bouncing off the wall all the time and he's running around and you have to push to do homework, you might really think more of adding magnesium and omega-3 fatty acids.
Omega-3. How much of that omega-3?
I would say magnesium for them, I would start them like young people, I would start them with 300 milligrams 3 times a day. Give them in the morning when they're going to school. In actual fact, I've checked this. I have kids that were really, really bad, peeing in bed when they came, you know.
Oh, good. Okay.
When I started them, giving them 500 milligrams 3 times a day, within 2 weeks, they begin to get up, go to the bathroom.
Okay, good. So that was zinc 30 milligrams, magnesium 300 milligrams times 3 times a day.
Yes, and B vitamins, you take 1 dose in the morning when they get up before breakfast.
You said the vitamin B, just one?
B complex, yes.
B complex,
yes,
just
you
one?
need B complex because you can't make enough neurotransmitter without B6, without folate. Those need to be on board and be without B12. You can't make those neurotransmitters effectively.
Okay, and then this was the last one. How much omega-3 fatty acid did you
I
take?
would say omega-3 fatty acids depending on their food. Now, remember, food should be the forefront.
Right.
Supplements are supplements. Where food can't make, let's say you are eating healthy meals, and still you don't see any changes, then push more supplements to supplement the food that they are eating. And also communicate with the teachers so they can monitor what they eat on lunch. Because if you give them lunch, what many kids do, have been in school, they'll take their lunch, trade it with somebody and get bad food and eat that bad food. Yeah, so, but you are close. If you do it for a month and you don't see changes, double the doses. Okay. It's not going to kill them. It's just going to make them better. Yes?
Also, now, doesn't it matter, since we're talking about the food, in what type of utensil you prepare the food in? Because I've been told that using aluminum cookware, no?
No, don't use aluminum cookware.
Right.
Because aluminum is neurotoxic.
Right.
Teflon is neurotoxic. You know, non-stick pots. Those needs, don't give anybody. Take them to recycling center and put them in the garbage. I mean, put them in those are not good. Stainless steel, and not every stainless steel, you got to really read about it. Yes, ma'am. Oh, okay.
What do you suggest for a person who's taking radiation therapy for prostate cancer? Well, he had the surgery, but now he's decided to go on with the radiation. I mean, what can you give him to help him to do?
For male, let me
male.
say this. Yes, for male, let me say this. Any prostate issue is hinged on zinc deficiency. You don't have enough zinc. If you sit to go in the bathroom and that pee trickles down slowly, you have a zinc deficiency. Because the whole gland, the main nutrient that controls it is zinc. Start taking more zinc. You'll notice that your urine will improve, it will come smaller, and you can sleep all night long without going to the bathroom. I want you to take that upon me, okay? If you got a problem, anyone who is hearing online, anyone who is hearing about prostate, I want you to take that on me and take zinc. Now, this idea that zinc, remember, zinc works inversely. When zinc goes up, then magnesium is used more. So, take zinc, make sure it has copper in it. You see? Copper. Yeah, C-O-P-P-E-R. I know my accent sometimes gets in the way. Yeah, so zinc and copper need to be on board. In actual fact, zinc and copper are very, very crucial in reproduction. Vitamin D, zinc, magnesium, and copper will prevent miscarriages in women. We could have unheard of miscarriages if people are strong in this. But also blood sugar control. Zinc should be on board. That's the commonest. When I look at blood work, they don't check zinc. I have not seen zinc being checked. But the bad part of it is this. These minerals don't exist in abundance in your blood. They exist in the cell. So it's better when you see them appearing in the cell in normal range, then you know that you got enough, probably close to enough, in the gland, in the breast for women. Are we together? Go ahead.
Okay, listening to what you're saying, it brought another question to my mind. During COVID, they were stressing, and I say they, the general consensus of people were saying, increase your zinc. But then I read where too much zinc is hurting the amount of vitamin D in your body. So, and I knew that vitamin D was crucial for anyone that was experienced COVID.
Can I just correct a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead. This is just what I read. I read an article.
Okay.
So,
the way how it works, vitamin D cannot do anything without magnesium.
right.
Okay? Zinc is depleted when you have high copper. Now, in our everyday diet, we are taking in more copper than we need. So that throws down your zinc. So your immune system is also disoriented. And that's what happened during the COVID. A lot of people went and take more zinc, more D, more magnesium. It lowered down their what? Their copper. Copper is very crucial in formation of blood. So you got all these nutrients, but less blood to move it into places where it needs to go. So everything, it needs to be going in what? The temperance part of it. Yeah.
So my other question was for adolescent who showing very mild signs of autism, where in this part of autism where the unexpected, they just don't know how to handle. It's unexpected, so they just lose, their temperament. So, and this is an adolescent who has gotten immunizations. So, what can be done for that adolescent to calm that down, where they're not so frantic
Agitated, yes.
when something is, something is not what they're expecting.
Yeah. Because you have injected autism.
Yeah.
Okay? Number one crucial nutrient deficient in autism zinc deficiency. That's why they become angry, agitated, and they can't just change overnight.
Right.
You got to prompt them way in advance before you come. Hey, son, tomorrow we're going to go to Walmart. And what I'm expecting for you to do is X, Y, Z. You repeat that, then he goes to bed. When he gets up in the morning, you repeat the same thing. But you can't just go to Walmart and say, I've changed my mind, let's go home. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
He can run through that store, take everything down. But you got to promise them. Zinc deficiency in autistic children is very high. And you don't have to worry about copper when you're giving them until you see signs of slowing down. Once you raise the zinc in the body, it balances the brain. They're able to align themselves with what is going on.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
You have a follow-up question?
I have one more.
Go ahead. Hold on a minute.
I have, this is a question for a 27-year-old male who is not planning on giving up eating meat. But their temperament goes from 0 to 100. Just, you never know when. So what can help that person even if they're still eating meat?
You see?
Meat and dairy.
Now, this is what we feel, okay? You got to teach the importance of not eating meat. And also give that person to process the teaching you are teaching. I know as parents, we want our children to do the best they could do what we were teaching them. But if you force teaching, they'll reject it completely. So allow them to do that. But in the meanwhile, address that temperament by increasing these other nutrients. You can begin supplying magnesium, but the problem that you're going to face, if they don't buy into it, they're not going to take it. So you'll be spinning the wheel. You're going to end up being frustrated. I'm not going nowhere. I'm just going to take a 2x4. No, I'm just making this to say this. The best approach is what we call systematic desensitization in psychology. Take a little bit. You want them to take more, but the little they begin to take, slowly, you're going to begin to shift this addiction in that food. Because make no mistake, meat is an addictive substance. It's just like alcohol. You can't tell a person who is on alcohol, stop with drinking. Oh yeah, I'll stop. You got to take them slowly. Somebody who is smoking cigarettes, he's smoking 2 packs a day. And you say, oh, take 1 pack off a day. It is not going to work. Start with 1 cigarette. How many cigarettes are in a pack? You come to them and say, this week, just every day, smoke 1 cigarette less. He won't feel it. Next week, 2 cigarettes. What have you managed him to achieve? Almost by the time you finish a month, it's a whole pack is not finished. And he has not really felt it. Then slowly you move them out. But don't just leave them there, but replace it with something that is more healthier. In the same group, but more healthier. It's not leaving the house vacant, because the devil is going to come and occupy it. And that devil is coming again might be much worse than the cigarettes, than the meat that you're trying to. So, in similar situation in your case, let me just demonstrate for those who are listening outside. You want him to stop eating meat, okay? Don't move them to substitute meat, okay? But just cut the amount of meat he is eating on a regular basis. Agree. Let's say you cook meat, he eats meat every day, but he eats a pound of steak, okay? And he grills it. One, teach the consequences. When you are grilling a pound of snake, it's equivalent to 600 cigarettes for people who are smoking. That alone should be able to cut his attention. Why don't you grill at least 3/4 of a pound instead of the whole pound? Then you settle down there, okay? Then when you buy the meat, slice it into 3/4 of a pound. Put it in the freezer. At night, throw that for the period you've agreed. I can assure you, you'll take him where you want him to go without fighting.
As far as the magnesium,
Yeah, magnesium, vitamin D, zinc, omega-3 fatty acids. I said these are the core nutrients that when they're in proper amounts in the body, you can control behavior.
and will that aid in helping him to stop eating so much meat?
Yeah, I mean,
If he has better nutrients?
Yeah, because remember, what causes him to eat that kind of meat, he's trying to fulfill something that is missing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when the body has what it needs, it cuts the appetite down.
Gotcha. And what would be the amounts for a 27-year-old male for the magnesium and the omega-3s and the zinc?
What
and
I've seen
magnesium?
what I've seen working in my experience, 500 milligrams 3 times a day for 20 and upwards human beings, it becomes sufficient.
Okay.
Because they'll be able to sleep better at night and be able to regenerate. Then when they regenerate, they wake up with more energy. The cravings are much less. Because understand, when you think about it, think of bread. I'm not going to say extreme. Think of bread. Eh? Most of us, we don't want to pass bread. It becomes like a staple. Rice becomes like a staple. Every time you look at rice, you want to eat it. I'm serious. Whenever you cannot control, what about rice and vegetables? Which one you go first? If you look at the line, you go to a potluck. Which dish finishes first? Rice or vegetables? You find that vegetables are already there, but rice is gone. Those are addictive foods. So, I'm saying to say that, bear in mind, one step at a time, systematic desensitization, which means you are reducing the amount systemically and supporting the body with these nutrients so that it doesn't go back to the craving that they had before.
So magnesium, zinc, omega-3s, and what else?
B vitamins.
B vitamins.
There are 5.
And
Vitamin D.
okay.
Yeah, I said vitamin D, if you want to have a good calculation, it's always test the vitamin D. And you don't need the doctor to test vitamin D. You can buy it online and check it at home by yourself. The reading is not strange. If it is high, they'll put H. If it is low, they'll put L. So you know I'm low. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's all. But if they tell you you got too much, stop taking. Don't listen to them. As long as you're taking D3K2 with it, and you are really taking care of your stomach, definitely, you will see a doctor once a year, and only to shake hands with him because he has done a good job. Yeah.
Just to follow up about zinc. I didn't know hardly anything about zinc until COVID, and then there was some of the doctors that were on the right path that were recommending it. And what I had heard was it's key with zinc is it's how it's absorbed, and that it did not absorb without certain things. And so at the time I heard about quercetin, so I bought quercetin and zinc. Was
That's true.
what you're saying is copper serve the same purpose as the
No.
quercetin in that? No.
What I'm saying, copper and zinc work inversely. The reason why many people during the COVID were low on zinc is because they had too much copper. So copper, the same thing with potassium and sodium. When you have too much sodium, your potassium goes down, and you're gonna have these cramps.
Okay.
That when they got your calves, man, you're gonna be screaming, honey, come on, please.
But does the zinc need something for absorption is my question.
Yes, take with quercetin, it works very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my other question was about the copper. When we first moved in this house a few years ago, was the first time we had well water. Before we had city water. And so it checked out good with the home inspection, but I went ahead and bought a test kit myself and tested it just to see where it was at. And it shows some copper, but not high. So you're saying that's not something to worry about. Is that actually good?
I would worry about it to see how high it is. If you're not taking any zinc, it can make you sicker because it will be depleting your zinc in your system. And you're going to have a lot of infections because, excuse me, zinc is key to immune system, especially your neutrophils. They rely on zinc to fight the immunity in your body.
Yeah, we don't have that. We do pretty good with the sickness, but
Yeah,
I was
now,
just wondering, do I need to keep up with that, checking the copper in the water? Because it said it was not
As much.
a high.
Now, are your pipes in your house made of copper?
Very little. Most of them been replaced with the.
Oh,
pipes.
they have been replaced.
Most
If
of
they have been replaced, watch out. If you're not eating any processed foods, watch out because you might be copper deficiency. You're going to see now your blood levels becoming affected because copper really is instrumental in making red blood cells. A lot of people look at oh, you're anemic. It's not anemia caused by because you don't have enough iron. There's a lot of iron in the food that you eat, but you don't have that component that makes your red blood cells. Because when you take the iron goes into the blood, when the iron goes into the blood, it goes into the bone marrow, where you make your red blood cells. When you make your red blood cells, they are transferred into your spleen, where they are incubated. When they are mature from there, they are sent into the bloodstream. So, the diagnosis of anemia is not complete in the medical industry because you have these components. One, check, is he really making enough red blood cells in the bone marrow? But if your bone marrow sends these immature red blood cells with iron on it, are they being incubated in the spleen so that they're able to carry oxygen when they go out? So taking iron as a treatment for anemia without verifying which red blood cells are there. Now, there's a way that you look at it. What I've learned to do is look at your RDW on your red blood cell. It's at the bottom. From there you go to platelets. RDW is the width of your red blood cell. That's where iron is centered. The use of the iron is to carry oxygen. So if your RDW is wide than normal, it means that the center does not have enough iron. So it's widening in order for you to carry more oxygen. Then the other thing you got to do is you got to go and look at your carbon dioxide, CO2. CO2 and RDW work hand in hand. They can show you whether you are iron deficient. CO2 is an indication of anxiety because the amount of oxygen you take into the body is equivalent to the amount of CO2 that you excrete, because this is done in the lungs. So if your number is less than 20, you are in anxiety state. So if you got seeing a child, your child is being really not doing very well, very anxious, scared, or seeing things that nobody else sees. I'm not saying creepy, but you got to understand. Check the blood and see what is the RDW, what is the CO2, and you go down and look at the liver enzymes. So when you connect those, you can establish that, okay, this is how I need to intervene. But for your house, definitely, I wouldn't take my antennas down.
It has some copper, but
Not as much. Yeah, do it.
the pipes.
Yeah, if you finish taking them out, then make sure you measure copper in your blood to make sure you get enough levels of copper. If you don't have enough levels of copper and you begin to see that you can hardly raise your head after 2 o'clock because you're so tired, I would go and check it.
Are you saying you think the copper in the water is directly related to the pipes?
Oh,
It's not just.
do you take a shower in your water? Yeah, it's directly. I mean, that's
It doesn't, it's not coming, you're saying it's not in the water when the water comes in the house, it's from the pipes in the house?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have copper pipes in your house, more than likely you have low zinc, because that copper pipe is sending water you are cooking with, you are bathing, you are washing. Yeah.
I have a carbon filter, sediment filter and a carbon.
Okay, that's a different story.
I have a carbon filter on.
Yeah, that's a different story
Okay.
because you are filtering them.
Most of it.
Yeah. All right.
Dr. Codd, what is the relationship between selenium and chromium for good health?
Yeah, they are very important, both of them. They are very, very important. Chromium and selenium mitigate inflammation, but also they help to prepare your immune system. There are different pathways they use in the body. If you have chromium, it helps you regulate your sugar. It's also used in manufacturing insulin in the body. Selenium is very important because also is aided in another pathway of how you process your glucose. Lowers down inflammation in the body, mitigate that inflammation. It also helps your white blood cells to do the work it needs to do. Deficient in these, it's easier to get infections. So they're very important.
Can that be tested in your general blood workup, selenium and chromium?
Yeah, you can get it. www.lifeextension.com and just put selenium. They'll measure it for you. Chromium, they'll measure it for you. Now, your doctor will always say that, no, we don't measure. Those are not regular tests that you get for your annual physical. You got to ask for them. And most of the time they'll tell you that, okay, if we do them, you're going to pay out of pocket. That's where they get you. So you just say, okay, go ahead, don't do it. You go it outside lab. It's cheaper that way. All right?
Lifeextension.com.
Life extension.
Please close together, life.
Extension, one word. Life extension. Don't, there are two A's, two E's together. I went back to my vernacular A. I was back home now. So, all right, go ahead.
So you were saying earlier about D3, when you're taking vitamin D3, that you want it needs to be combined with K2, right?
Yes,
But didn't you say that K2 is produced in the gut?
yes, it does produce, but
But what does K2 actually come from? I mean, yeah, ideally,
ideally,
where does it come
yes,
from?
yes, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Ideally, K2 is made from the process of microbiome as a byproduct of microbiome and the fiber that we eat from food. When it ferments, the outcome is K2. But now here's the problem. We got glyphosate that wipes out all those bacteria. So most of people, their digestive system is sterile. It's clean. So you have to take it with K2 as a supplement. If you want to, you can begin eating sauerkraut. But where is the cabbage grown? In the environment. Who is cleaning it? Nobody. So someone can grow his corn here, and your vegetable garden will be somewhere like in Salisbury down there, okay? But when it is raining, it will take this glyphosate over there, and you eat it, it's killing your bacteria in your gut. You won't know it. The only thing you are on an operating table in the doctor's office, and this doctor has no clue where this thing is coming from, that tumor, that big cabbage that is growing in your stomach. Has no clue. So it's better to take it with K2. The other thing is you're going to see that your blood pressure is what? Rising. Because calcium is accumulating in the walls of your what? Artery, instead of getting into your bones. Then slowly you are on blood pressure medication, but blood pressure medication does not lower blood pressure. Before you know it, you got 3 of them working to control your blood pressure. But what the doctors don't tell us is that if you look section of your blood vessels, there are 3 important layers. One layer cell inside the artery that should be smooth and is very sensitive to the rise of blood. When blood is very sensitive, it measures the pressure. But that's not the whole story. The second layer are muscles that need to relax. When you don't have magnesium, those won't budge. Then the last part of it is a different sense of muscles that can compress everything that I've just said. So I would say that make sure your vitamin D has what? K2. Now, here's the other thing. These days, people are yanking their knees, their joints, because they say they are bone to bone. But in a real sense, this I've learned over time. When they do the CT scan of the MRI of your knee or of your shoulder, whatever it is, it doesn't show anything. They say, look, ma'am, it's bone to bone. But the synovial fluid membrane is there. Okay? But you can't see it on a CT scan. If you encourage yourself to drink more water and acidify your stomach, you begin to feel that. I have seen people that I've talked to. I've told, like I'm telling you now, the doctor scheduled their knee surgery a month ahead to replace that knee because they say there's nothing really that can change it. I told them, take more acid in your stomach 30 minutes before you eat, acidify your stomach. Why should you acidify your stomach? Because it is the acid that increases the breaking down of protein in the stomach.
Like lemon juice or like
Apple cider vinegar.
apple
I know.
vinegar? Okay.
Yeah, apple cider vinegar is much, much better than lemon. The problem of lemon is this. When you drink it, it goes in the body. It's not an acid. It's an alkaline.
Gotcha. Yes. Makes sense.
But when you take apple cider vinegar, it's apple cider vinegar where it goes. Now, the way we eat, too, has a problem. If you get protein, fats, vegetables, and carbohydrates, which one do you go first?
The carbohydrates?
Carbohydrates. Does carbohydrates require acid to digest? No.
No? Okay.
It's digested in the mouth.
Okay.
What it requires to be digested is the protein.
Right.
And when you start with carbohydrates, it's filling in the area where it is acidic in the stomach. So when you bring the protein is on top, so you're not digesting it.
Right.
That's why the knee is deteriorating.
Yes.
Or the joint is deteriorating. You need to start eating every day. Start with protein. If your protein is beans, eat the beans first. Then eat the fats. Then eat the vegetables. Take a break. 5 to 10 minutes. Finish your carbohydrates. Whether it is a sweet potato, it is rice, eat it that way. You'll notice that you remain very strong. And joint pain will be a story of the past.
I had one more. When you were talking about calcification in your veins and stuff, arteries, there's something I had read about before called chelation, where you're taking something to help break down that calcium. Is there something natural you can do with it?
That's the vitamin K2.
K2, so
that's
that
the
helps.
one that does that.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. I had a friend of mine who went to the doctor and they told him that there's nothing we can do for you. He was in excruciating pain. He couldn't even walk from here to the street there. He had to take a walker. So when I went to see him, I told him, I said, stop by health food store when you're coming from your doctor's office and ask them to give you K2 complex. Vitamin K2 complex. It has MK4 and MK7 in it. MK4 is a short-acting K2. MK7 is a long-acting. When I say long-acting, it lasts a long time while it is moving calcium out of the what? The blood vessels. And put it in the bones and connective tissue. Do you know that when he took that, in 3 days he walked 2 miles without pain? The same principles that I gave to you, start this and drink lots of water. The other thing is we are dehydrated. What the body does, it goes into our joints and remove the water to dilute our blood. That's the reason why we have pain. So you don't have the cushion that you have, the synovial fluid membrane, to allow the joints to grind without pain. So it's bone grinding on another bone. And inflammation what? Comes in and man, honey, can you, help me, please. That's what happens. You got another question? Oh, okay.
I have a question. So what do you do for like a woman in their early 30s diagnosed with fibromyalgia that starts to experience like a decline in their cognitive function, like memory, attention, retaining information, and chronic pain? Like what would you suggest?
Yes, when you say fibromyalgia, is a fancy name that these pharmaceuticals have given it in order for them to make money. But that's magnesium deficiency. Take more magnesium. It will stop existing. It's as simple as your vegetables, as simple as your magnesium and your vitamin D. I said anything because you notice that when they have fibromyalgia, they give them steroids. Vitamin D is a steroid without side effects. You can take as much as you can take. And I've helped people not to go to the emergency room for pain. I just tell them, hey, how many vitamin D is in your bottle? And what's the strength? They say, oh, 500 milligrams. How many are they? They are 60. I said, put them in your hand and take them. Call me 15 minutes later. 15 minutes later, you hear the voice is so strong. Wow. Right away. Then I'm watching. 1 week later, is he dead? No! He's fine.
Okay, so what will help with their cognitive function, improving that and their memory? Because they're now
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D.
You see, cognitive function, it's a broad category. In
So
mental health, cognitive function means a lot of things. So, for example, you come to me and you complain that, hey, I have cognitive function, I can't, my brain is foggy, I can't do this. One, I'll give you a written test. Answer these questions. They're not complicated. The way you answer them, I'll see what part of the brain is causing fog in your brain. If you give me your blood work, I can show you from your blood work that this is what is causing a problem. You are deficient in this. Take this and add it on. And when you add it on, you see immediately you are able to what? To think properly. And you are more accurate. The things that you are doing when you are 20, 30, you're doing them. So, cognitive function is a broader name. You know, let me tell you this. If you want to hide something, put it in a book. Give them these strange names. For example, vitamin D, 5,000 international units. It looks a lot, but it's 0.5 micrograms of a substance. So if you understand in American language, a microgram is less than a milligram. But in this, it's 5,000 international units. I told you, 5 minutes on the sun, you can make that minimally dressed to avoid going to jail. Is that a whole lot? No. It's a dash, like when they say, take a dash of black pepper to enhance absorption in your stomach. That's what it is. But we are all scared. I've helped people to avoid being scared. As a result, they go to their doctor once a year to do their blood work. Everybody else in the house will be suffering from flu, but they don't. Because the immune system is functioning properly. Once you have those on board,
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. What would you say, recommend for like a 35-year-old female who suffers severe migraines?
Magnesium deficiency, not drinking enough water. It can come in a lot of ways. So you just have to understand. Where pain is happening, it means that blood is not flowing in that area. You see, for example, if you get migraines, put your feet in hot water and put cayenne pepper in there. You're going to increase circulation, what we call a conveyor belt. You dilate these blood vessels down here. You're going to open up the ones that are up there. You put ice pack on where it is hurting. You're going to constrict that part to push the blood away to come down here. And where it is removed, blood is coming to take in with nutrients and more white blood cells to eat that pain. Did I surprise? Hold on, sister. I see you. I spoke too fast. I want to give you a time to digest that. If you're having migraine, is it localized migraine? If it is localized migraine, or if it is the whole head is busting like somebody is beating you with an axe, then what you do is when you sit down on your chair and you put your feet in warm water, you are heating there. Maintain the temperature of 97 to 103 in that water. You're going to dilate the blood vessels under your feet. Then you take ice pack, put it on your head. Because when you put ice pack, you are constricting the blood vessels that are clogged with bad blood, pushing it out because you have opened the blood vessels down here. That blood going to come down here, allowing this one clean blood going up to that area. It is bringing nutrition there. It is bringing more white blood cells there. The retired white blood cells are coming to relax and get some energy where it is going. So once you do that for 15 to 20 minutes, migraine is gone. But you shouldn't stop right there. Begin addressing the reason why you are having migraine. It's magnesium deficiency.
So is she put anything in the water or not?
You can put cayenne pepper. You can put apple cider vinegar. All those do help.
So how much cayenne pepper? I'm speaking for.
Oh, how much cayenne pepper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much?
Take a teaspoon.
Teaspoon.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
Brother Cod, I've also used a cabbage leaf for headaches. Just putting a cabbage leaf over my
Okay,
forehead.
right up here? Yeah.
That's taken away headaches. Every time I would go to the grocery store and buy vegetables, I would also make sure I got cabbage, because putting it on your forehead, the heat or whatever is causing you pain gets transferred to the leaf. But that wasn't my question, Brother Cod. Is there a relationship between excessive sugar intake and osteopenia? And when does osteopenia turn into osteoporosis? Thank you for taking my question.
Osteopenia is wearing of the bones but has not really turned into real osteoporosis. When you have osteoporosis, when you look at your bone, it will have holes in it. Osteopenia, it just shows simple wear on the surface. When you look at the MRI or the CT scan, it gives you measurements. Anything above the standard measurement, that means it's osteoporosis. If you fall, like the femur bone, if you fall, it will break completely. Our bones should be as hard as a rock. But when you have osteoporosis, they are brittle. climbing the steps, if you climb too fast, you can fall and break them. That's why you find that in older adults, mostly 75 and above, which I don't see many of us here being that old, so we don't have to worry about that. We just need to maintain what we have. That's a joke, okay? But you can see that you are not steady when you are moving. You can stand like this, you begin to do like this. That means your femur is weak. Your hips are weak. They're not able to support the trunk.
So is there a relationship between sugar intake that may cause osteopenia?
Yeah, sugar is the mechanism, because remember, sugar raises what? Insulin. You see, when you take sugar, your glucose shot up. And the other thing is this: when your sugar goes up, it creates inflammation. That inflammation is the one that causes problems. So, more and more you have more inflammation in your body, the more you become sicker and sicker. But the problem that we have is because our physicians don't check these things. They don't sit with us and tell us, you see, your blood work here means this, this means this, and ask you, what are you eating? They never talked about food in connection to pain. The main driver of pain in our body is food and the environment. Those are the main drivers. Those are the main drivers that drive the mental disorders. I'm not saying that because they want to make money on you, but who else don't want to make money? I want to make money. You want to make money, am I right? Yeah.
That's what they're taught to do, to prescribe the pharmaceutical.
That's not an excuse. What's the best treatment for osteopenia? I'm sorry, my sister.
No, go ahead.
You say what's the preventing it?
What's the best treatment for?
Yeah, vitamin K2.
Okay.
Yeah, because vitamin K2, they work, it knows where to put calcium. It is not going to put it where the bone is hard. It will put it where the bone is soft. It will put it where the ligaments are tearing up to repair them. That's it. As simple as that. And it is not going to break your bank. Take all the money you have in your account to pay the bill. No. It's very effective. God has put it in nature. This machine right here makes it. You just have to create an environment where it can do it. And that's where we fail as human beings. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My first question is, recently I started a raw diet because I was having a lot of different problems. Not sleeping well, not low energy, inability to concentrate.
ADHD, inattentiveness.
I don't know about that.
No,
but
I'm not here to diagnose. I'm not here.
I just couldn't concentrate. Like, my thoughts were jumping all over the place.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I would say and start telling you something, and I forgot why I was telling you that, you know?
Yeah.
But I had a lot of things going on. And also, one of the things was my knee. I never had knee problems, ever in my life.
Yeah, welcome to the club.
And, you know, I am getting older. And so I thought, what? there was no injury that I could
Yeah,
speak
yeah,
of.
definitely, I understand.
Nothing happened that I could speak of. And my knee just started hurting really bad and swelling and all this stuff. Well, it started getting better. I was taking it easy with it, you know, started to baby it and stuff. And I guess because I was babying it, the other knee started hurting. Anyways, long story short, I started the raw diet and my knee stopped hurting. I can sleep better. I've got lots of energy. I have way better concentration. You know, it seemed to take care of all these problems. And I would say 95% of the food I'm eating is raw.
Raw, yes.
Can you explain to me what took place there?
Yeah, I can explain to you.
Like, what exactly happened?
What actually happened, okay? What actually happened, you are not destroying your minerals from cooking. You are eating all the minerals and the nutrients that you, in proportions that is able your body to process. Thank you, sir.
Can I ask McCoy for your phone number?
Okay,
Unless you take it.
sure. There's a difference when you cook food. There are certain foods that you can't eat them raw. For example, beans. They're going to tear up your stomach.
Right,
You got to cook them
right.
to make the nutrients available. But there are certain foods that you need to eat them raw in order to get all the nutrients in that food available to you. And that's what was happening. Most of the foods you are eating raw are more vegetables,
Lots of dark greens,
dark leaf greens.
beet greens,
Yes.
kale,
Yes.
arugula.
Yes.
Like good
Yes.
dark greens.
I mean, your liver was just swimming in happiness.
Yeah.
Let me make those vitamins.
Yeah.
And they put them out. Tell the white blood cells, come on, get some more.
Yeah.
Your blood comes and take more, take more, take more. And begin to reverse the problems that you have. If you stay there without going back, now I'm not suggesting that you just start eating beans without cooking them.
Oh, no, thank you.
Okay, let's agree on that.
Yeah.
There are certain foods that you need to eat them raw, and there are certain things that you need to cook them. Once you can differentiate that, you're going to have a balanced life.
Okay.
At that point, would you still need supplements though?
You can go on the way you're going.
Where you get your vegetables from.
Yeah, unless you feel that it's coming back, you're doing the same thing, but you're getting other symptoms, then push up with supplements.
And one other thing that I noticed is, I mean, I still drink a lot of water. I've always been known to drink a lot of water. I love water. And, but on the raw diet, I'm not as thirsty, but I still drink a lot of water, making sure I drink plenty of water. Is that because I'm getting more water intake?
Yeah,
By this?
water intake, yes, definitely. Your blood is able to flow through the blood vessels without any impediment. Your muscles are relaxing. You remember last time when I was here, I told you when you look at your blood pressure, okay? The top number is controlled by magnesium. The bottom number is controlled by potassium. So those two numbers, those two numbers are telling. If you don't have enough magnesium and you don't have enough water, definitely the top number will be very high. Similarly, the bottom number will be very high if you're not eating enough vegetables. Because sodium will rise, potassium will go away, down. So what you're doing good. Continue doing it.
I feel good.
Yeah, that's the way it is. Share, spread the word. Yeah,
I'm gonna spread the word right now.
okay.
Okay, when I was doing well with my vitamins, you know, when you had us, I was really doing well. I was on top of it. And you put us on DMSO. I'm sure you shared this with everyone.
Yeah.
And
DMSO,
methylene blue.
Methylene blue.
I was hopping down those steps like nothing. But once I stopped,
Slacked behind.
And then my memory, the fog wasn't there. I wasn't saying, oh, what was I gonna say? I forgot. You know, I wasn't doing that as much. I was remembering. So could you share with why is it that I've slacked off on it?
Yeah.
And I don't have that spring like I had.
Yeah.
You know, and I know it's because I slacked, but
What's
anyway.
the mechanism?
yeah.
Okay. DMSO is a magic that can empty all the hospitals you see around here. With DMSO. I'm just telling you.
What is it, DMSO? I'm sorry.
It's on Amazon, but you have to tell them that you are a horse. You're not a human being.
My old boss put that all over me
Uh-huh.
and burned my skin.
The way he did it,
The liquid and put it all over me and burned my skin.
yeah, that's the wrong way of doing it. You take magnesium lotion and rub on your skin, then you bring the DMSO. It will take that magnesium and that enter it into your bloodstream. If you want to get 100% of your medication, put in DMSO. You can drink it by mouth. It will clear the IBS. It will clear Crohn's disease. It will help you to absorb more nutrients from the food. You don't have a digestive issues the way you're explaining, so you don't have to go to that extreme. But there are some people that everything they eat, either it comes out or it doesn't.
What is it, DMSO?
Hmm?
What is DMSO?
DMSO is a liquid.
Is it that's a DMSO?
Yeah, it's abbreviated DMSO.
Oh,
Yeah. I want you to go home, study it.
yeah.
I can't just be,
Sure, understand.
I don't want them to be sued here. Okay?
Sure.
Yeah, but it's a very, it was discovered in 1940s, 47. It was used to transport kidneys when they discovered how they can transplant kidneys in people. They used DMSO to transport them from place to place because it doesn't freeze, but it doesn't get hot. So Dr. Jacobus, when he discovered that, they began to do other uses. They found that the people that are they got the kidney transplant, their kidneys never rejected the body. The ones they did not began to reject the kidney. So they have to give them anti-rejection medicine to do it. But if you go in sports where horses are racing, the horse can break the foot, they put it on the side, take DMSO, rub it on, bandage it up, the horse will finish the race. Because it takes the pain away.
If you take, oh, thank you. If you take it internally, like what do you dilute it with?
You can use water, it's nasty.
Oh, just water, okay.
Yeah. It's nasty. I don't have to hide you. I drink it most of the times.
Okay, how much would you drink?
I usually use a teaspoon.
Okay.
But you have to cycle it. You can't do every day the rest of your life. You do every day, 7 days a week, take 2 days break. You come back and take another 7 days, 2 days break, so that you can clear the residues from your system.
Ah, nice. Now, can you like mix that with? Because I've
Yeah, you
actually
can-
heard
yeah,
people
yeah,
on TikTok mix it, put it on their eyes, like mix it with like castor oil. to help improve their vision.
Definitely. I've used that as an eye drop,
So I can put it actually in my eye.
directly on the eye.
Okay.
If you get a red eye, put it DMSO, the following day is clear.
How much how much how much would I put in my eye?
DMSO love water.
Just, it doesn't matter how much water or what?
No, no,
Okay.
no. You can have concentration of the maximum is 70-30.
70,
You can
30.
do 70% water for the eye and 30% DMSO.
Okay.
That is not going to sting your eye.
Okay.
And Dr. Banda, you know, we usually put it in our smoothies.
Yeah, you can also put it in.
You can feel that it's nice.
Yeah.
Drink it.
In order to avoid that nasty taste,
I got that one.
you can avoid that nasty taste by putting in organic grape juice.
Okay.
12 ounces to a teaspoon. You won't taste it,
Okay.
but you'll see the effects of it.
Okay.
You'll feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 teaspoon to, if I just do regular water, just 8-ounce cup of water. 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon per 8-ounce cup of water.
Yeah, 1 teaspoon per 8 ounces of water.
Okay.
Because it's already coming diluted. It's 30% water. Yeah.
Okay.
Then the other component is methylene blue.
Is what?
Methylene blue. Methylene blue was discovered in 1800s. In industrial companies that were making jeans, they dye it with blue. It's messy sometimes, but it's very helpful to, for example, having mental fog. Taking methylene blue clears your fogginess.
Really?
That's a quick way of,
What you say?
yeah. When I'm driving, okay, I'll share with you. When I'm driving from South Carolina to Maryland, if I want to push all the way without stopping at the rest area to close my eyes, I take my jug of water, add maybe about 30 milligrams of methylene blue, and be drinking as I drive.
Does it have taste?
It has a bitter taste, but I can bear it. Yeah.
And then the methylene glue, that's
Yeah,
what's
it
in the
gives you
that's
more
what's in the
energy.
DMSO, or this
Yeah.
is something different?
No, this is different.
Oh, okay.
When you do a combination, man, girl, you're on the ball.
Where can I get? Where do I get that at? The methylene glue.
That's an order, Amazon too.
Amazon.
Everything's on Amazon.
Are they all created equally? Like, is there a certain
No. They are not equal. You must always choose a pharmaceutical grade.
And the
pharmaceutical
DMSO,
grade?
just put it
And with a certificate, you got to see the certificate where they say that it has gone through pharmaceutical.
You said 30 milligrams.
Yeah. Make sure when you are buying it, make sure. For example, if you are in here, this area, I would suggest that go to Whole Foods. Order it from there, because they'll show you the certificate of approval.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pharmaceutical grade.
Is that, would that be the same for all the different type of vitamins too that you were saying? I mean, is there particular brands or some that you need to look out for, that some that would absorb better than others, or?
Yeah, that much is very difficult for you to really verify. In most cases, I want you to not buy a whole bunch of them. Just buy a little bit to test for 15 days or a month. See how you feel. Then you stick to that brand and that customer you're buying from. You see, when you go on Amazon, people are selling that on Amazon, okay? But they have their own store. So don't buy it on that website. Go to their store and buy it from their store. When they send it to you, you'll be able to hold them accountable. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Either they're going to lose a customer or they'll keep a customer. So that's all right.
Going back to the digestion of foods, I stand corrected. And that's hard for somebody that likes to be right to say. What I had heard from a doctor previously, somebody that we knew that did health seminars to help people get off diabetes by diet nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
He had stated that you would want to eat your roughage first to get it down for proper digestion. That seems to not go along with what
Yeah,
you're saying
yeah,
about.
definitely. I want you, don't take my word, okay? Go and Google in the stomach which part has most concentrated of acid. It's the bottom of your stomach.
Uh-huh.
So if you fill that with roughage, does roughage require acid to digest? No. You see, when you're chewing your vegetables, you're breaking it down. But it is the protein that really requires acid to break it down.
Okay.
So I don't know, but what I know personally is that you need more acid for protein.
Okay.
So, but for us, like vegetarians, protein, it's the beans, it's
Yeah.
nuts, it's the seeds, right?
Yeah.
You have to start
Yeah,
with this
it's
and
not the,
then,
it's not the greens.
yeah.
Greens should come second.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'll change course.
Good.
What can you do for someone who suffers a severe acid reflux? Like everything they eat, it just stops in the throat and it just comes back up.
Yeah, no acid in the stomach. You see, when food is going this way, the mechanism, the sphincter muscles on top of your stomach are controlled by the level of acid in your stomach. So if you have low acid, those people, if you ask them, how many times do you go to the bathroom in a week? It's either once or twice. Because the sphincter muscles at the bottom of the stomach are not opening to let the food go. At the top of the stomach, they're open. So when you lay down, you notice that acid reflux is bad at night when you sleep. Because when you are asleep, this is open and the contents of the stomach are coming upwards. If you go to your dentist, the ones who are adept, who knows the biology, they'll tell you that you have acid reflux because all your molars in the back are flat. Acid has wear them out. You can open your mouth, look in the mirror. If you don't see grooves, that means you have acid reflux. And the next thing you see, you're getting a knee replacement without you knowing. You're getting a rotor cup replacement. They yank the shoulder out and give you artificial shoulder, plastic coming from the factory. I have seen 5-year-old kids having acid reflux. Do you know how I assess that in therapy? I just ask a question. When you get up in the morning, do you have to go to get water to wash your mouth and drink water? Is your mouth bitter? They say, oh yeah, it's bitter. I have to drink water. Then I call mom. I said, Mom, take your child. I mean, if you want to check with the doctor, but if you can really improve what he is eating, he's not going to have bitter mouth in the morning.
So what do you suggest?
I suggest taking more apple cider vinegar 30 minutes before you eat,
How much vinegar?
2 tablespoons in 8 or 12 ounces of water. Then you prepare your food, sit down and eat. Now, I know as Adventists, we are strongly against apple cider vinegar because the writings of Sister White. There's a section that talks about vinegar and some should not be what? Used.
I felt like that was like white vinegar,
Yeah, that is way back where vinegar would take 7 days to cure it. It was more toxic. The ones we have now, they're organic. Cured. And the other thing that I want to say is this. I want you to listen to me very carefully. The issue of food should be tied to our salvation in the context of us understanding the Word of God.
Amen.
Not by not eating these foods. I'm not suggesting that you go out. The Bible is very clear. These animals should not be used as consumption. These foods should not be used as consumption, okay? That is a principle situated. But when it comes to salvation, if you aren't convinced yet that eating is not good, I don't think that is an issue that God is not gonna stop somebody from going to heaven because they were meat eaters, especially clean eating meat. It's just that they are not being what? Convinced. Our job is to convince them and show them how clear our mind gonna be. The fact that you have to convince them, that means their mind is not clear. That's true. Yeah, but anyway, that's what I would say.
That's apple cider vinegar from the mother, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Also, with the apple cider vinegar, oh, see, I knew it was too small. I'm sorry. I know with the apple cider vinegar, with taking that, I would have that lump in my throat before taking that. That lump in my throat, that's not there anymore.
Okay.
So I know it's because of the apple cider vinegar. You guys see I'm listening to Dr. Banda. I'm stubborn sometimes, but I listen. But anyway, I don't have that problem like I used to.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to share that information with everybody. It works, but you have to be consistent. So
Yeah, everything is consistent.
and I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't as consistent as I should have been, but it does work. And when I'm consistent, so I don't have that anymore.
When it disappears, it doesn't mean that you will never come back again if you stop. But now you understand that if it comes, hey, let me be consistent. If your knee is hurting, hey, be a horse. And take those. All right? Oh, wow.
Will the apple cider vinegar stop the hunger? Like,
Yeah, definitely. It will. It will, definitely. In actual fact, it curbs appetite.
Okay, at night when I go to sleep, I'll lay on one shoulder and then I'll lay on the other shoulder. And the reason why I switch over is because it starts like kink up here, and I feel like maybe tendons are starting to flare up. You know, like a little sharp pain, very uncomfortable. So I'll go over to the other side, and you know, sometimes that'll also
Begin
happen.
to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's poor circulation.
It's what?
Poor circulation.
Okay.
Now, what you can do is, I just want you to try this and give me feedback. You can call me and tell me what's happening.
Okay.
Go on Amazon and put in DMSO cream pharmaceutical. Because when it is, you put it on your shoulder, it's not gonna irritate your skin like it did to you. Yeah, it will be creamy, and it's gonna be, you rub it before you go to bed on both shoulders. Then you go to bed and see how long you're gonna sleep on that side without feeling tender. If you do it regularly, like when you finish getting your shower, that should be your routine. Rub it, your magnesium and get magnesium lotion.
There's
And
nothing there.
DMSO cream, and see what it comes out. Then give me feedback.
What kind of exercises can I do, okay, naturally to not only use the cream, but also, you know, try to do something, you know, naturally in the way of an exercise to get that circulation going.
What type of exercise? Gardening will help you.
Rebounding, maybe?
No, gardening.
Oh, gardening, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
like
make
what?
you go take a hole, dig it,
Okay.
You see? When you are digging, what are you doing? You are using your shoulder. That is more profitable to me. That is more profitable.
Digging holes. Postal digger.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. If you, I mean, you can do any exercise you want that brings strength, and that would definitely be very helpful. But if I were in your shoes, definitely I would be in the garden every day.
Doctor, what is your phone number?
Well,
What is your phone number?
803 427 3870.
Thank you.
okay, but like you, I'm also in the school system, so, and I teach high school.
Yeah,
So I'm there from 7:30 in the morning.
yeah,
Okay,
until 3:30.
about 4.
4.
You still
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
that time?
Now,
So don't have a lot of time to do that gardening except for maybe Sunday.
803-427.
3870.
Now,
There you go.
also, sometimes when I can ball a fist, but it seems like it's tight here.
Yeah, it's tight right up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Magnesium deficiency.
Okay, good, I'm glad. That's easy then.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Doctor, I have some question. Maybe it's not kind of related to what everybody asking. If you have, for example, my vision just kind of little bit start lowering recently, is because some deficiency too, right?
Come again?
Like your vision, my vision can little bit low vision. So it's because I have some deficiency in the
Yes,
in my
yes,
brain,
yes.
right?
Sometimes when you have high blood sugar, it really, because in order for you to have a sharp vision, your maculas need to be able to adjust the picture that you're seeing. It's very sensitive. So the amount of light you get in is equivalent to how sharp your image you're going to see. But if you are beginning to see Braille images, for example, if I do this,
Blurry, yeah.
I see her, but she looks like she's blurry in my eyes. When I do like this, she's sharp. I can see her, I can describe her. If we were in an accident, or if she was lost somewhere else and people are putting the picture accent, I know her, we were together this, because I have been able to see her. Now, if your vision is becoming less and less bright, it means that your macula are not able to adjust your lens to where you can see sharp that image as it is.
But to me, it's only when, you know, when I'm going outside, it's not a problem. But when I'm reading, I have to push, you know,
Yes.
push my bulb a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, that means your short sight is
Yeah, yeah.
getting.
So this means if I will start taking less magnesium,
Yeah.
everything, it's
Those
will
things,
help.
yes, don't wait until you're gonna be given glasses. You know,
No,
the,
I mentioned one thing. When I start wearing glasses, for example, like my doctor, you know, I work in ophthalmology, so, and doctor says, wear your glasses every day, but I know that's not good, because
Yeah.
if you start wearing them every day, it's a visual crutches. You're gonna wear them forever.
yeah. I mean, if you can use like those drops I'm saying, the good part of DMSO doesn't hurt you. The hurt
DMSO,
is
okay.
like what it
Okay.
burn her skin, because she used 100% of what? DMSO.
Okay.
You want to get at least diluted to 70%, then it doesn't have that effect.
So this is
Yeah.
can help. Okay, thank you.
Then make sure you mix, when you do that, you mix it with distilled water.
Okay, distilled
Yeah.
water. Yeah. And
You can
just
do, you can
drink,
start,
or you wanna just
yeah, yeah.
drink? Yeah.
Put directly on your eye.
Oh,
Yeah. I use those drops myself.
You started to mention the connection between the eyesight and the blood sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought she was going to mention it, but I'll speak for her. She has these checkups through the medical coverage, right? So she's had some blood work done and is slightly higher blood sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And they tried to put her on insulin, you know, they say, oh, you're pre-diabetic, you need insulin. They say, well,
Yeah.
we eat healthy and we don't think it's too high to be a problem, but they want to immediately go to, you need to be on
To
medication.
use medication.
What do you recommend for stopping that progression, or do you think there's something maybe in the diet that's
Yeah.
causing
Less
it to be?
fruits?
Yeah, like
She likes
chromium.
bread.
zinc, berberine,
Barberine.
Berberine. That's good for blood sugar. Now, when you are starting taking berberine, I would say start with 1 dose for a week. The following week, take 1 dose twice a day. That will definitely help you. Chromium is very good. There are a couple of them that you could look for. Chromium helps you to, most people that are becoming diabetic, they don't have those nutrients in their body.
So it says zinc, berberine, and
Berberine, magnesium, vitamin D. The rest of them we have talked of them.
yeah.
So if you add those that we haven't talked about, like
help in the
quercetin, selenium,
Yeah.
those will help to improve because you're going to make, a lot of people, they're not diabetic. They just don't make enough insulin
yeah.
to drive out the sugar. I had 11-year-old that was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Okay? To me, I did not agree with the diagnosis the doctor gave to him. Because type 1 diabetes, you get it at birth as a child. You don't get type 1 diabetes after 11 years of living.
Right.
So what I told his mom, I said, make sure the portions are large enough and add these vitamins to it. When they give him the insulin, one day he passed out in school. When they looked, the sugar was too low. So the doctor adjusted the insulin, it happened again. Then I said, Mom, you need to take your child, tell the doctor to check fasting insulin. When they checked fasting insulin, that's when they found out he makes enough insulin. So when you add insulin from outside with the insulin you're making, it drives the glucose down. If you,
How did he, I'm not understanding, why would he prescribe that for him?
no, he was diabetic. He had high blood sugar at age 11. Okay?
Right.
So they said this is type 1 juvenile diabetes. So insulin dependent. So they put him on insulin. The nurse shoot him after checking his sugar before he goes to lunch and before he goes for breakfast. He come to the nurse and do that. But one day he passed out in school. It happened twice before the doctor moved him off the insulin. Right now he's normal. Just you and me. Eat, go to bed, go play, do things. So these are the things that normally happens. I'm not trying to scare anybody not to go to the doctor, but take your health in your own hands. I mean, he's just a human being like I am. We can make mistakes. So question everything, especially if it is a pill. Once you put it in your mouth and swallow it, you can't put your hand and take it out. It's going to do what it's meant to do. Whether you got to poop from the mouth or from the other end, hey, it will take course until it goes through. If it leaves you with life. Sometimes it can take you 6 feet underground. And that's collateral damage that it has. They'll never pay for you. It's always, that's what happens.
When you're speaking about the apple cider vinegar for helping with low acid, that's like a remedy, right? But isn't there at some point that could be corrected by diet over time? It's not like that they would continue that all the time.
I think you have brought up a very good question that I need to explain.
Yeah.
Acid in the stomach is produced by parietal cells. Okay? When you are not nourishing, you are not breaking these amino acids, those parietal cells are not multiplying as they should.
What kind of cells?
Parietal cells, they are the stomach lining cells that are used, that makes acid in your body. For example, we're talking about taking cayenne pepper, okay? Cayenne pepper heats them up. It increases the blood coming there, bringing nutrients, so it regenerates them. Those who are dying are replaced normally. So the process is that when you are putting nutrients in your body, sometimes the stomach is the last thing to get the nutrients. But when you improve the way you're absorbing the nutrients, you're going to regrow them. So over time, you may not need it. So like you're saying, yes, you can correct by good diet, but you don't have to take apple cider vinegar every time. One of the symptoms that many people ignore is flatulent. That's low acid in the stomach. Every time you say, there's nobody coming here, you're on the corner, let me release it. The moment you let it out, somebody's on the corner, then it begins, oh, something.
So, but this means you have a problem. Yeah.
No. You know, I want us to have humor, okay?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the meat eater said it's like this, not the vegetarian. That's all flowers are vegetarian.
Or indigestion. Indigestion comes before you begin to have acid reflux. Then many people make a mistake to go out and get TARMs. TARMs are part of proton pump inhibitors. It's not a good way of correcting the problem. We have to resolve the issue. Identify the cause, remove that cause, and give the body what it needs in order to heal itself. Isn't that beautiful? All right.
Okay, copper bracelet. Is a copper bracelet necessary, or does it cause harm to the body?
Copper?
Yeah. Bracelet.
Copper blade.
Copper jewelry?
Okay, yeah, copper jewelry, okay.
I don't know. I mean, those are some of the, I call them myth.
Myth?
Yeah, I call them myth.
Okay,
I've studied them, but I call them myth.
okay.
Psychological effect. It gives you the comfort. And that comfort influences your body to react that way.
Well, okay. And because of my hands sometimes are tight, you're talking about it being
Thank you. God bless.
deficient in magnesium. How much magnesium do I need? Or do I have to experiment?
Like I said, most of the times when I am working with people, I always recommend 500 milligrams 3 times a day. Yeah. Then if you take for a week and you're not sitting on the toilet more than necessary, that means you need to increase it. In order for you to get your level of magnesium, you need to take 1 week, 500 milligrams 3 times a day. Morning, noon, and bedtime. The second week, add 1 at bedtime. So you're going to have 2 at bedtime, morning 1, afternoon 1. Okay? You do that for a week because it's good enough to give you the sense if you are running to the bathroom all the time. But if you do the second week and you find yourself, you want to go to the bathroom every corner of the street, then you just take that 1 at night and stop it. Don't stop completely taking. You continue taking 1, 1, 1, like you used to before you add that 1. It will subside. That's your normal dose every day. If you miss that, you're going to become deficient.
What do you suggest for like high cholesterol?
Cholesterol is the function of the liver. Okay? That means your liver and the level of cholesterol, they're not what? Communicating. You got to establish that. Either you're vitamin D deficient or you're magnesium deficient or you are zinc deficient, or you don't have enough B vitamins to make connection of liver and your cholesterol. Cholesterol doesn't just rise. Now, the other thing that I always tell the people is that anything that has an eye and has a liver has cholesterol. So if you eat it, you're taking too much cholesterol outside the body. So cut off those. For 3 months, check your cholesterol again. It should go down to normal. Okay? Does that make sense? Elder, it's your turn. I rest my case.
Are you finished?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
You can close.
we'll close out with a word of prayer.
Okay.
Our Father, now God, which art in heaven, we thank you so much for your love, for your mercy and grace. Thank you, Father, for allowing us to come apart today from the world and be separate and to be able to hear you speak to our hearts. And we just ask, Father, that you would be with us as we strive by your grace to apply these things in our lives, that you would give us the wisdom, give us the strength, and give us the perseverance that we need to continue on. Forgive us where we're falling short. And we ask that you would be with those that are traveling, that you grant us all travelers' mercies. And please bring us back at the appointed time, we pray. In Jesus' name, amen.